Good evening, race fans, and a very warm welcome to you all. My name is Webbo, and I'm here to take you through the F2 division of Invictus Racing League's race around Abu Dhabi. Tonight, this is race 6, and coming out of the previous 5 races, we've had 4 different winners, and I think, let me get this right, 8 different podium sitters so far. Leading the championship by a single point is Smoke with 1 win and 2 second places from Ginger Tiger, who has 38 points with a win and 2 third places. Nitrogash 1 further point behind in 3rd place, a win and a second, and Cool 132 with an altogether more consistent run of results, 2 third places but no win yet for Cool 32. He's on 33, and then on 30 points is Ivan Beloff with the only driver to have won 2 races so far. He's also, however, DNF'd twice and non-scored once. Falling behind Ivan Beloff comes first Office Red, Mr. Steen, then Rusman, Joe Hamster and Tadeli, your top 10. In the Constructors' Championship, we have Alfa Romeo heading the standings on 61 points. On 55 is McLaren, 51 Ferrari, 44 Aston Martin, and 43 AlphaTauri. Unfortunately, weather reasons, appropriately enough, Lightning has been caught in a storm and cannot make it tonight. He has no power. Rumours are that he was streaming earlier and joined himself in first-person mode and took himself out of the race. We'll wait to get confirmation on that. I see Malk is here, as well as Ben and Office Red. So, and Office Red, I appreciate the congrats on that one. We are, like I say, heading around the Abu Dhabi circuit. Old style, old school's format. Unfortunately, we don't have the option yet to enjoy the new format, the new layout. But the first driver on track appears to be Nitrogash, so let's do him the honour of riding with him. And we'll take you through a lap of Abu Dhabi very shortly. 6 races deep into the championship, as I mentioned. Still early stages, but some good strong results out there, and the leaders of the field already seem to be gapping themselves from the rest of the championship. And can't wait to see what these guys have got. We had a great race yesterday in F1. It's featuring a full week of racing as usual here on the Invictus Racing League channel, which I hope you've subscribed to, and I hope you have followed us. The links are at the top of the live chat as usual. I'm hoping to hear from a driver or two today, either through the course of the race or there into the podium ceremony. But let's join Nitrogash as he goes in towards turn 1. Nice right-angled left-hand corner. Then we go through the fast sweeping corners. This caught out 2 or 3 of our F1 drivers last night, where as the tyre wear started to take effect, we break down hard into this kind of Mickey Mouse chicane before the hairpin, which has been removed, and we look forward to racing on that new layout next time round on the game. And then it's a long straight under DRS conditions here. Melk's cheering on Nitrogash, which is good to see. I don't know, I presume Malk is cheering on anyone who features in the Realistic Performance League on Thursday nights. Nitrogash getting through that turn 8 and 9 chicane, and then we have a long curve of turn 10 at full throttle till we hit turn 11, and again another pretty rubbish section really to drive. Again, that has been ironed out for the new one. Steele has retired from the session before getting even an outlap done, I think, and I think it's that turn 3 and 4 section that's already wiped one driver out in qualifying. We go into the hotel with Nitrogash, and we take the Latifi corner with a little bit of oversteer on the exit curb. It will catch drivers out. Then the penultimate corner is turn 20. We then go through the awkwardly arranged turn 21 before powering down to pick up our time, and it's a 1:36.901 for Nitrogash. Mr. Steen about to cross the line to set his time. It's faster, it's a 36.699. And Keza is finishing up shortly as well. So let's join Keza. Ginger Tiger goes a 36.499, goes the fastest time so far, and Keza will cross the line to start his new lap. So I'll just see if there's anybody else. Is Smoke finishing or just starting? He's actually just starting his lap. Smoke heads the championship at the moment. Simon Palmer, I think he's very excited about this one. He said he's on the comeback trail now. So it looks like we're in between drivers currently. Is Keza going slowly here? Is he trying to bring these tyres in again? Certainly not pushing the car hard. Smoke definitely is though. Smoke is on a hot lap. Ivan is happy to be here in time for qualifying, which is good. Rents is back. Rents has been one of our most loyal commenters through this through the footage that Lightning and I usually bring on Monday and Tuesday evenings. Smoke gets the car through the apex nicely of turn 14. Flat out 15 and 16, then hard braking into 17 with a little bit of trail braking if you are so inclined. Under the hotel bridge, getting out of the Latifi corner. There's Nitrogash waiting just to get out of everybody's way, and Smoke will take this on medium tyres, which is the same as Nitrogash and Ivan Beloff. Mr. Two wins, and Smoke takes provisional pole, better than two of the soft runners. Very nice time from Smoke indeed. And let's see what Simon Palmer has at the end of his lap. And across the line with a new pole on a 36.374, provisional pole for Simon Palmer. And will anybody get into the 135s, I wonder, in this qualifying session? Just over 11 minutes to go before we hit the checkered flag. And at the moment we've just got Rusman warming up his lap at the moment, so we'll watch another McLaren while we wait. Everybody else in the pits, including Keza, Johamster, Office Red, Kuipers and Cool 132, yet to set a time. We did lose Steele, unfortunately. He says, yeah, that was a hard wall that he hit. Tirach is late to the session, unfortunately. He's asking to come back in. Rent's here for a Rusman comeback, and he's looking forward to a good night's racing. Yeah, I hope so too. We'll do our best for you, Rents. Rusman then outlap started, Ukraine helmet on, and away we go then down to start the first attempt here. Perhaps slightly understeery into turn 1. It's hardly a surprise on the medium tyre, but they're taking a little bit of time to warm up for him. It's new fastest lap from Smoke, 36.369 on his second consecutive run there on the mediums, so we did well to hold back enough ERS to make that work for him. Rusman missing the apex again, suffering that understeer, just not getting the turn into the to the corners as much as he'd like. Simon Palmer's in, Mr. Steen, Office Red, Kuipers and Cool are all out. Is Burmeister here to watch his brother-in-law Kuipers? I didn't hear from Kuipers yesterday, so I'm not sure whether they're supporting each other this week. Looks like Ben Roberts approving a join by Tirach, so we'll see. Let's hope that doesn't do anything to our lobby. It did seem relatively stable yesterday. Rusman then coming through this fast section towards the hotel. Easy to miss the braking zone or not quite get the braking performance. Office Red has retired, and Office Red on the exit of turn 4 again. The second driver claimed in this qualifying session by the same corners on the same outlap sequence. Oh, Rusman, how is he holding on to this lap? I don't quite know how that stayed valid. Too much apex, too much exit, but he'll hold it for a 37.184. And Cool 132, the next one to head out on a lap. And as I mentioned earlier, Cool 132, consistent results so far, but no win. AJ is here. Hi to AJ, and welcome everybody joining us. We are trying to hit a good number of likes on the video today through the session. I won't have to remind you if I get, I'd say if I get 18 before quali, I won't mention it again. Before quali is over, I won't mention it again. And yes, lots of good banter going on already. Lightning is very sorry he couldn't make it tonight, but unfortunately caught in a storm, appropriately enough, that has wiped out his power in his house. I'm sure several drivers from last week with the Lightning onboard curse will be pleased to hear that Lightning isn't going to be here to curse them this week. It did strike again yesterday several times. Cool 132 then gets the car into the final corner. A little bit too much speed on the exit, but it's a 1:36.067 with time to find. I'm sure he can get into the 35s. That was a special time from Cool 132 as Mr. Steen joins him on the front row at 36.125. Ginger Tiger next one on a lap. He's slightly over his first in his first sector. Nitrogash will go no quicker on this particular lap. I wonder what Ivan Belov is up to as well. They're in the Alpha Tauri as Kuipers goes a new pole of 35.593 on those first laps. So the first driver has gone into the 35s and has gone into the 35s convincingly, 5 tenths ahead of the next fastest driver. We will follow along with Kuipers. There's a car on the exit of turn 4, and it's Keza. It seems to be that's where everybody's going to retire tonight. 3 retirements, 3 turn 4 incidents, and no more will Keza take part in this qualifying session. He will not set a time, and we're just waiting now on Joe Hamster to set one, and it's a P5 for Joe Hamster. Ginger Tiger though to the line, P2 a 1:35.787. There's a nice little slot to get into there to get onto the front row if you can get 1:35.6 or thereabouts, and that's what the next drivers around will be aiming for. Ivan Belov managed a third, a 1:36.034. Anybody else actually attacking a lap? I think not at this stage, but we've got outlaps for Smoke and Simon Palmer. Very, very competitive out there already, which you love to see. Edward is here. Hi to Edward. Not seen you commenting before, but good to have you here on the coverage. Joe Hamster trying to get a bit of a tow maybe. Let's join Smoke as he survived turn 4 so far and now into the turn 7 hairpin. It's got to be a good place to watch the race, that grandstand, especially now that the turns 5 and 6 have been eliminated. Smoke, the long wait for your braking zone. Good first apex. Can you get a wide entry and exit? That was smooth. That was nicely done from Smoke. All the hard work in terms of turning happens in the 3rd sector, but traction looking good. Purple middle sector for Smoke. Smoke, I know, loves the puns that we come up with on commentary. Heavy braking then. Welcome if you're just joining us to the footage. If you want to hear the championship situation, head back to the start of the broadcast, and while doing so, make sure you've liked the video for us. Smoke then through the penultimate corner, and finally then out down the start finish straight, and Smoke will go P3, purple middle, but the 3rd sector just took it away from him. Simon Palmer goes P4, and it is ding dong at the front. Punch and counter punch from our drivers. I'm not sure. I don't know who is going to get the front row here tonight. Place your bets now as the final runs will begin. Rusman will be slightly offset and will be using the soft tyres for this run. So I think he will be the first one to do his last lap. So let's see. Let's see what you think. as to pole position tonight. Kuipers currently has it by a decent margin, and he's on an outlap already. Kuipers in the AlphaTauri is just starting his outlap, so we'll join him shortly. Let's see what Rusman's first sector looks like at least. Ren's asking if we should predict the DNFs. Yeah, go ahead, predict the first DNF if you want, and safety cars as well. Go across the board, predict anything you want to predict, and you can have a predictions championship point, and I will nominate Rents to be the admin of that particular championship. Rusman survives turn 4 and heads down towards turn 5. He's up on his timing. It looked like a less than ideal approach to turn 5 though, so he will carry a little bit of speed in, but can he carry speed out? I don't think he will down this first straight on the track. I think that has cost him a little bit. Simon Palmer hits the pits, and he might just have time to restart. What is Rusman's first sector looking like? How much do I know about this? It's not amazing, is it? But hopefully he will recover some time through this second chicane. Down he goes then towards turn 11. Just as you hit the braking zone, that's when you get your notification. He's 1/4 of a second up, but he does need to find a bigger chunk of time. I think it might be better for us to watch Kuipers on the attack here, who is defending the pole position at this current time, 23 hundredths faster than he's been before through sector 1. That's a new purple. That's a new purple for Kuipers. That's one of the widest entries to turn 7 I've seen, and he missed the apex a little bit. Maybe there's more grip on that wider line. Very hard to say at this stage. Ivan Belov approaching his first sector, and we'll just have a quick check with him shortly. Kuipers, see how he goes through this chicane. Looks fairly smooth out as well. What's his teammate up to? Ivan Belov. He's now got a purple middle first sector. Tremendous stuff, as these guys, this really could be anybody's. Now it's all about, he's gained a further 3 thousandths and gets a temporary purple middle, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough to hold on to that purple sector. Ivan Belov, let's see what he's got shortly. He is approaching the next sector time. It looks like Kuipers might have caught some traffic. There's a McLaren and an Aston Martin in the way. Ivan Belov 3/10 faster than he's been before. We join Kuipers as he finishes off the lap. That McLaren didn't get out of the way of Nitrogash, may not have caused him a huge amount of drama, and he crosses the line slightly slower, and I think that could have been on, but for that traffic at the end. Ginger Tiger starts his next lap. Let's track with Ivan Belov as he finishes this lap out. Through Latifi safely. And 2 corners to go for Ivan Belov. Can he get that AlphaTauri anywhere near his teammate? Let's see what happens, as he's got a 1:36.034 currently. Stays wide. It's a new pole for Ivan Belov. What a final sector that was. Incredible. A 1:35.360 for Ivan Belov. Now Ginger Tiger, the next one to tackle a lap in turn. We've got other laps happening. Smoke is on an outlap. I think he will get to finish that outlap. I think he's just crossing the line now as the checkered flag falls. So no, he just missed it by about 2 seconds. What is Ginger Tiger's time? It's a 1/4 of a second faster still, but he needs to find even more time on the last sector of this run. This is properly close here in Invictus Racing League F2. Exactly what you love to see. Rent says Ivan is ready for F1. It might have something to do with his availability, but yeah, 2 wins so far and a new pole. What about Ginger Tiger? Taking it fairly carefully through turn 20. Is that for a good slingshot out of turn 21? He gets up on the front row, deposes Kuipers, and that is an excellent time. He misses pole by 1/10 and 9 thousandths. No new lap for Cool 132, unfortunately. No faster time. I think Rusman, he's got a purple middle sector. How he's slotting this together on 2-lap-old softs is quite beyond me, but that's the end of that one for him as well. I think Ivan Belov has secured the pole. Rusman, yeah, might not wish to be doing that if he knew he was on on the screen. It looks like everybody else heading into the pits, but the pole position will be Ivan Belov as he joins right in to the pit lane. Tremendous qualifying. Sets us up for a great race. This is a great time to quickly head out and share the race on socials if you want to get your friends in. Hi to Michael, just joining us. Keza says turn 4 is a nightmare. Well, it took 3 of our drivers out tonight. Let's see if I can find a car driving around for you if you want to see it. Burmeister's here for Kuipers. All info provided again. So is he borrowing your setup? You had a good race yesterday, Burmeister, so it could work out well. That's your grid then. Ivan Belov taking the pole, 1:35.360 by 1/10 from Ginger Tiger. Then Kuipers for Alpha Tauri, Smoke and Simon Palmer making an all British 4.5. Then the Swiss Cool 132 is in P6. We have Mr. Steen, Joe Hamster, Rusman and Nitrogash, and then no time set by Keza, Office Red and Steel. But they will all have medium tyres, as will Nitrogash, to take on the race. And perhaps that's why Nitrogash had such a such a quiet qualifying session. Looks like he might be keeping his strategy in mind and only trying to set the best time on his mediums. Just guaranteeing for himself. Guaranteeing for himself that medium tyre run. As another driver, unfortunately, in driver chat, who had forgotten about the update. Daryl says he's going to go for Smoke tonight. I presume you're picking Smoke for the win, you're not just heading out for a cigarette. Ben says Ginger for the win. Burmeister, of course, for the first podium he wants from Kuipers. Rent says he's going to share it on MySpace. You go for it. We could be the only F1 League promoted on MySpace if you do that. My friend of mine has asked if I need help in the commentary. I would love to, AJ, but unfortunately, I think you probably ought to be vetted by the boss of the league before I go adding people in. I'd vouch for you, of course, but unfortunately, this is a high echelon league with admin structures and a command structure. Emir is here for Ivan, which is great to see. AJ, if you just continue to be my eyes and ears in the live chat, that'd be awesome. Maybe keep Rents under control as well. We've got so far a good 12 likes so far on the video, so let's keep that going, please, guys. I'd love to see that adding up. There's time before the session starts, as you can see on screen. Emir says Anjo, so he's gonna say Ivan Anjo for the win. We are almost underway then into our formation lap, and 13 drivers will take the start tonight. I think the update and some weather issues have cost us some of our normal attendance, unfortunately, and also I would imagine in about 35 minutes I will get indications from drivers who didn't realise the British clocks went forward for British summertime and will suddenly realise that they've missed it. That happened in the F1 division and on Sunday for a different race I was doing. So it's going to be the story of this week. Updates and daylight saving time. It's going to be the undoing. So Office Red unusually has gone for soft tyres, despite having the option for mediums. This is a difficult race circuit to figure out a good strategy. It is. Tell me in the chat whether you think that this is a two-stop or a one-stop fastest time. We did see a mixture of strategies yesterday. We saw soft, soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, medium, soft, soft, I want to say. Not a single hard tyre. Office Red's been disqualified from this session as well. I hope he made it through turn 4, but maybe not. Well, Lightning, you can join if you wish as a spectator and into the chat, into the party. The invite is there if you want to come in and join, and you've got the ability. Then obviously you have full approval. So really looking forward to seeing what the McLarens do from back down in 9th and 10th tonight. The AlphaTauri team, of course, with the strongest possible start. Almost. They're not quite got the front row, but their pace was very, very good. And I think maybe Kuipers will have a good setup if he's borrowing it from his brother-in-law Burmeister. A reminder then that this league is brought to you by GT Omega, Nailcut Hall, and in partnership with gridfinder.com and Driver 61. My name is Webbo. This is Invictus Racing League F2 division, and this is the second stop on a week full of races at the same time every day. We're almost underway. We will have some start lights for you shortly. I will struggle to get you a good camera angle. There we go. Ivan Beloff versus Ginger Tiger away from the start. It's lights out and go, go, go. Very gentle start from the drivers. Looks like one of the AlphaTauris trying to get up onto the front order, but Smoke with a brilliant start makes contact and spins. Unfortunately was the rearmost driver in that battle, and Smoke heading backwards. Kuipers profited from that little touch, and one of the McLarens is Rusman on the soft tyre going round towards the inside, down into the inside. He skips the bollard, gives up the places back, then ends up blocking his teammate as Cool 132 jumps up the inside, hits the rear tyre of Simon Palmer, who tries to get away. The front three watching this group disappear into their mirrors, and now Cool 132 is going to lose out to Mr. Steen, who has a better run out of the hairpin. He's got the inside line though, Cool 132, while Mr. Steen is blocked to the outside braking zone. Cool 132 bounces over the curb. You see his front wing shaking around, and unfortunately loses out once again. A really bad start for Alfa Romeo. Quite the opposite for AlphaTauri. 2 and 3. Ivan Beloff has lost 1 place, but I think they'll take that in F2 for lap 1. And it is Ginger Tiger with the lead from Ivan Beloff, very close behind at this stage. 1/4 of a second, followed by Kuipers, Simon Palmer, Joe Hampster, Mr. Steen, Cool 132, Nitrogash, Office Red and Keza up from the back as well. And we go under the hotel for the first time tonight, round the little marina near the pit lane. And that was a pretty frantic first lap. Smoke right at the back, and has he stayed on the lead run. It looks like Office Red did suffer a little bit of damage, or is coming in to get rid of those softs very, very early. But we'll stay with the lead battle here as Ivan Beloff is super close. He might even be within range of a slipstream down one of these 2 next straights. He gets the fastest first sector, does Ivan Beloff, and let's see quite what an exit he can get from the corner. Ginger Tiger, of course, gets on the power first, but Ivan Beloff has a good run on the car in front. And Eric Pancakes is here as well. Shouldn't you be racing with us, Eric? Ivan Beloff gets the car stopped. Half a second now, the gap. It opened up down that first straight, so he really struggled versus Ginger Tiger, but is he holding on to a bit more ERS at this stage? Ginger Tiger holding the inside line for the shortest run down to the third chicane, and he holds the lead at this early stage. A bit of a gap developing between Ivan Beloff and Simon Palmer. Joe Hampster hounding the back of Simon Palmer, if a hamster can hound. I'm not entirely sure. And they get super close going in towards the hotel now. Office Red, 1 pit stop behind the rest of the field, now 26 seconds, but he's got nice clear track while they're all following each other's wheel tracks and suffering their own issues. He's gone onto the medium tyre at this stage, but I'm sure we'll have to stop again as Ginger Tiger sets the new fastest lap on a 1:42.52, some distance away from the kind of times we were seeing in qualifying, but Smoke betters it, and now DRS has been enabled, so we will get to start seeing the DRS show. Bear with me while I go from second down to fourth as we approach the braking zones. Mr. Steele has retired. Guess where, folks? Turn 4 has claimed our 4th driver of the evening, but the first one in the race. Let's focus on this, though, as Ivan Beloff will get DRS for the first time. Will he? No, because the VSC has been enacted after that turn 4 incident. So the first straight neutralised from everybody, and no gains for anyone here. And there is Steele, sorry, who has got his issue. What did Malk say, Rents? What did he predict? Just the first safety car, was it? Or was it Steele? Steele first DNF, excellent. Okay, nice one. Well, Ivan is learning from the Verstappen school of safety car behaviour at the moment. Hounding Ginger Tiger, but it should be neutralised at this stage of the race. We don't get a lot of warning when the track goes green again. You would hope. It said there we go, DRS enabled, so now we go green, and Ginger Tiger still has a couple of car lengths ahead of Ivan Beloff as they go then down into the final 2 corners of the racetrack. No one will have got to the exit, will have got to the pit lane by the time we went green, so it's not really a cheap pit stop for anybody. Rusman slipping back from Smoke, interestingly, so Smoke on the comeback, but Ivan Beloff with a good slipstream as they head towards that dreaded turn 4. Seems almost an innocuous corner, doesn't it? But with those curbs coming on and off the circuit from the different configurations, it really can upset the car when the left side is loaded. Down into the hairpin they go. Now, will this be the opportunity Ivan Beloff's been waiting for, or will somebody spoil his party? We have DRS enabled. There's the beep. There's the overspeed starting already from Ivan Beloff here. I'm going to stay on board because the camera angle into that chicane is atrocious. How far back is Ginger Tiger? Well, it's so far back that Ivan Beloff can take his own line. Joe Hamster gets Simon Palmer as the foremost driver with DRS in the second group. But will Ginger Tiger come back at Ivan Beloff with the second bout of DRS? He will get the inside. Ivan Beloff doesn't defend. Oh, they tiptoe around each other, and complete mirror move happening further back for third place. Contact made. They were slightly less kind driving with each other than the lead two managed, as Simon Palmer elbows his way back into third place. Rent says Ginger is a fierce driver, and he should play it very carefully. Rusman says he needs an invite. That's why he was slipping back. Unfortunately, Rusman, I can't really help you while we're broadcasting live. Hopefully you can find it again in the group chat. I think it stays usually, the invite. But 0.8 of a second, Ivan Beloff holding off Ginger Tiger now, and he successfully navigated Ginger Tiger on that lap. Now trying to unlock some speed, trying to stretch that gap before the DRS detection zone. He's done it already. If he can keep that gap by the time they hit the detection on the entry into the hairpin, he will have managed to invalidate that DRS advantage, and he's done it. Brilliant tactics from Ivan Beloff, presumably spending away on the first sector to get ahead. Exactly. Some really clever work from Ivan Beloff there. Mr. Steen has the DRS first and foremost of the second group and is chasing down Simon Palmer. What happened to Joe Hamster slipping all the way back there into P10 now? Was that a pit stop? It can't have been a pit stop. No, he's still on the same tyres, so obviously an error for Joe. Ben says Joe spun, and yeah, Ren says 100 comments. It's brilliant stuff. Absolutely great. Keza passes Nitrogash here. Or does Nitrogash pass Keza as they come down into the chicane? It looks like it's Nitrogash in front. Mr. Steen did not manage to get the job done on Simon Palmer, and Ivan Beloff is lighting the touch paper up in front. 1.4 seconds his gap now, and those two are drifting casually away from Simon Palmer in third. He's looking for a podium tonight, Simon, I'm sure. Apparently Rusman had a power cut too, so possibly the same issue that struck Lightning tonight. Here comes Mr. Steen, trying to get some clean air on the wing, or is Simon Palmer just defending thin air? Simon Palmer does appear to be struggling as Nitrogash and Keza with the medium tyres, who started near the back. I think Nitro started 10th. Is up to P5. Mr. Steen trying to get the overlap, and we have a great view of that battle going on from the seat of Nitrogash. He's going to go around the outside into the hairpin. That's a tricky one to get done. Leaves himself open to a move from Kuipers behind on the soft tyre, and it's all to play for here in the midfield as usual in F2. Now everyone's got DRS invalidating that advantage. Simon Palmer goes for a lunge into the chicane, and looks like Nitrogash fancied a piece of that too, but he might have just been defending from the car alongside him. Simon Palmer holds off once again, well, resumes his lead, I should say. Kuipers and Keza almost alongside one another. That's definite dive bomb territory, but Keza says, I'm not having any of that, thank you, and just takes his normal racing line, trusting the car on the inside to get out of contact situation. And Burmeister says these guys are on time trial setups through this first 5 laps. Well, time will tell if their tyre wear is particularly bad. Mr. Steen staring at the back of that Mercedes of Simon Palmer. Joe Hamster has pitted. He's pitted for hard tyres, so those hard tyres will go to the end. If we manage to do the entire Abu Dhabi Grand Prix without a safety car, Joe Hamster will be in the pound seats. However, that does strike me as somewhat unlikely, especially if it's anything like it on track F2 at the weekend. Simon Palmer, a 3-second penalty. He's obviously pushing hard, trying to stay ahead of this group, but that 3-second penalty could see him drop several places at the end of the race. Mr. Steen then will have the DRS first in this battle. Keep you in touch with the battle at the front. Ivan Beloff now 1.8 seconds ahead, not pushing too hard at this stage, doesn't want to use the tyres or the ERS too much. And Nitro trying to get through this corner. There's that fabulous camera angle. Not. Bit of weaving going on. Simon Palmer trying his best here, but wow, Mr. Steen sails the dummy, gets down the inside. Simon Palmer though takes the middle of the road, leaves a gap on the inside, and has the better traction zone on the way out of turn 13, and holds on once again. Simon Palmer, this whole group are slowing down something chronic, now 8.6 seconds off P2, but Simon Palmer has every right to try and hold on to his position, of course. But you feel like Keza and Nitro probably getting a little bit frustrated now. Talk of frustration, Mr. Steen again almost alongside on the way out of Latifi. The car bottoming out of Simon Palmer. You see the sparks coming up as the sun sets, and we go day to night racing. Mr. Steen's going to try this one around the outside. Simon Palmer isn't going to leave room on the outside of the corner to a car not alongside him, and this could leave Mr. Steen vulnerable as the car twitches on the way through turn 4. Big defence going from the second Mercedes there of Keza on Nitro, and Kuipers gets Nitro. Do they? They're back and forth with one another. Mr. Steen gets past. Did Simon Palmer give up the DRS that time? No, not successfully. So he's going to try and slipstream this one while Mr. Steen himself has the DRS. But up the inside in the other Mercedes comes his teammate. They're going to have to play this very carefully. And Keza almost stops on the apex to avoid contact. And you feel like maybe Keza's got the better strategy here. But Simon Palmer, he knows he's got the DRS coming and will take to the outside. Oh, a little bit of a closed off braking zone there from Mr. Steen. Simon Palmer needed that room to brake and takes the place back. Again, elbows out I'll leave that one up to the live chat audience to see the rights or wrongs of that one. David says if he was Steen, he'd have boxed for mediums and got out of this mess. There is a lot of slowing each other down going on here, and the more that they go ding dong like this, the more likely it is to end in tears, from my experience anyway. But while it's happening, we will watch it and we will enjoy this battle. Really entertaining stuff. Keza gets a much better exit, and you can see the soft tyres going off on full fuel. These soft tyres are only good for 9 to 10 laps, as Cool 32 pits at the end of lap 8 for new tyres. So Keza desperate to make a move here. Simon Palmer 9/10 ahead. Should be enough, despite the DRS advantage, as long as he hasn't spent all of his battery. Double wave yellow on the exit of turn 4, and it's Rusman. I'm sure Rusman got back into his car because his AI wouldn't have done that. Double wave yellow, and Keza gets past Mr. Steen this time. So very surprising there. He must have spent some ERS to get alongside when they both had DRS. And now here comes Keza on his teammate. Better grip out of the corner. In fact, I think Simon Palmer letting him go. Mr. Steen just about too far back to make a move on the second Mercedes now, that is Simon Palmer. So Keza will sprint off into the distance. Nitrogash still stuck behind these two soft runners, tiptoeing around. We've got some F3 drivers suggesting each other don't turn up tomorrow, which is good. Good to see. Ivan Beloff and Ginger Tiger pit at the same time. Well, that proved to be a mistake for Ginger Tiger. He is already 4 seconds back, though. I think Keza is about to take the lead as Simon Palmer comes in. Mr. Steen comes in as well, leaving no chance of an overcut, but maybe his tyres have just had enough and can't do any more. Is that true for Kuipers as well? He's coming into the pits. It looks like the end of lap 8 or the end of lap 9 for the tyres is the way to go. So the medium starters, Keza and Nitrogash, take the lead of the race, and they have the opportunity now to get away from the rest of the field and all the way on plan A to a late pit stop for soft tyres. If they can get these tyres through to, let's say, lap 17, lap 18, they will be all good. It's lap 10 now, and Keza and Nitrogash in front, having not stopped, and then Ivan Beloff. And Smoke has managed to gain all of those places from those drivers on the undercut, the very, very long undercut. Smoke has gained so many places back. That's incredible stuff, but he will still have to stop again, I feel, compared to everybody else. Yeah, Daryl mentioning the daylight saving time that's already caught out 2 of our groups of drivers so far this week, and we're 2 races in. Ginger Tiger fancies a look at a move on Smoke here. Good rivals, these two. So 12 runners remain with 18 laps to go. Ivan Beloff still has a good lead here, and he's actually caught Nitro already. He's got a pit stop in hand, almost over Nitro. His pace has been fantastic tonight already. Smoke was last after lap 1, and he's now 4th. Tremendous stuff, really, when you think about the pace he's had and the favours that were done for him by the drivers going slow in the midfield. Position change wise, Smoke has ended up back where he started. Office Red has got up 6, and we will wait to pass judgment on Keza and Nitrogash after their pit stops. But Kuipers with 8 places dropped, Joe Hamster with 4. But here comes Ivan Beloff then. Should be fairly easy. Nitro probably won't fight this too hard. Rusman has retired from the session, and no prizes this time for guessing where Rusman has retired from the session. Let's go see from the seat of Joe Hamster if we can see that McLaren. It's turn 4, out of the race once again. Double wave yellows in the same sector. He's just off the racing line. Hopefully that will avoid a safety car, because that would really scupper Keza and Nitrogash here. So double wave yellow we will try and live with in sector 1. There's your stops. All but first and third have made their single stops. Rosman completely out of the session now, and I don't think you can blame his AI for that one, or his internet. Oh, into the pits, was that? Is that a pit stop for Keza after just 10 laps on the medium? That's somewhat unusual. Now, will that be hard tyres? Or was he hoping that the yellow flag would turn into a safety car? Smoke has had to let Ginger Tiger go, but Smoke can stay with him. No, he can't. Not if he does that. That's turn 4. That's a very dramatic spin. That's another little half spin as well. Come on, Smoke, get it back together. Get back on track. See if you can find the right track configuration to be racing on. A 10-second time penalty for Smoke for exceeding track limits for too long. Spins again. And if that, I'd be surprised if he maintains any positions left now. That is not the finest moment for Smoke. He won't enjoy watching that back on lap 12. Here come the Alfa Romeos recovering their race. Cool 132 passes Office Red, and they coordinated that one nicely. Obviously, Cool 132 on the newer tyres. Can't believe turn 3 and 4 catching these drivers out. It's the same every time round, you know. The corners don't change. So Ivan Beloff leads from Nitro, who hasn't pitted, the only driver in that bracket. Then we've got hard tyres on Joe Hamster down in 11th, but no one else has chosen them. Keza went for a soft tyres, so we'll do a medium soft, I think. I don't see the softs getting to the end here. He started on the mediums, remember. So the Alfa Romeos driving in procession, but less so with Ginger Tiger and Nitrogash now. Ginger Tiger, his next victim will be Nitro, and he needs to get Nitro soon before the best out of his tyres fades off. I'm sure he will. The pace differential is quite extreme. Kuipers gets a new fastest lap on lap 13, end of lap 12 for him. Smoke has retired from the session. He made it all the way around to the pits, so GG's for that at least. And unfortunately, Smoke has had enough with an extra 10-second penalty to pay. Here comes Ginger Tiger then. Nitro says, you have to get your tyres dirty, but have it your way. Smoke has gone from the session, unfortunately. I'm not sure if we will hear from him, but he has an invitation nonetheless. Ginger Tiger then up to second, but 4.3 seconds away from Ivan Beloff. And now the gaps start to open up a little bit between the drivers. Just the way that this has worked out, I think once the tyre wear and pit stops all happen, we will likely get things equaling back up again, and the field has a habit of coming back together, doesn't it? Someone's just joined the footage. I wonder if that's Smoke on his way in. It'd be a great time on the race at the moment, Smoke, if you did fancy a chat. There is Nitro. Oh, he is going to come and talk to us. Hopefully he'll check his broadcast audio settings as well. But Smoke, it looked like turn 4 is the undoing of everybody tonight.
Yeah, well, no, that wasn't the undoing at all, to be honest. I got hit in turn 1 on the first lap. Yeah, one of the AlphaTauris, I wasn't sure what it is. It's a racing incident, it's one of those things.
Right.
But I was hoping for a safety car because I underfueled the car, and it didn't happen. And then, for some unknown reason, in the dirty air of Ginger, the car just let go, and then I clipped the barrier the other side and broke my rear wing. So I thought, never.
No, and then the game decided to give you 10-second penalty for that shortcut you invented, apparently.
Yeah, so I just thought, yeah, might as well just call it a night.
Well, thanks for getting round to the pit lane anyway and not ruining everyone else's race. I assume if you were hit from behind that must have been Kuipers. Here comes Simon Palmer taking off his red into the second major chicane of the track and gets it done. But yeah, probably Kuipers if you were hit from behind, Smoke.
I don't think I was actually hit. I think it was just the car just randomly let go. I caught it initially, and then it just spat me out the other way.
Right. Oh, that's hard luck. Unfortunately, not able to get back on the podium this week, but hopefully you'll find some form soon.
Yeah, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I don't even know what the next race is.
I want to say Kota next, actually, thinking about it. But there'll be a lot of preparation needed for Monaco soon as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Kota next, then Monaco. So, yeah. How do you feel about Kota?
It's a hit or miss track with me. 9 times out of 10 it's miss.
Okay. Well, let's hope it's the 1 out of 10 for you next time.
I hope so.
How did the car feel out there today anyway?
I've been struggling with setup all week. I thought I finally found a workable setup today, and then I did have an interesting strategy to play out, but the tag into turn 1 didn't put a spanner in that idea.
Yeah.
But otherwise, the car felt okay-ish for the very little preparation time I had for it, but oh well, you win some, you lose some.
Yeah, we saw a lot of additional tyre wear yesterday in F1. Was that the same case tonight?
Yeah, the soft tyre just doesn't really work around here on the heavy fuel. It melts the tyre and you lose the rear end really quickly. My original plan was to pit on lap 4 to get rid of them.
Yep. Wow, we've got a bit of a battle going on here as Kuipers does the old Joe Hamster move from Baku and goes down the middle of 2 drivers. I hate to bring that up with you online there, Smoke.
Still a bit sore.
Yeah, I was going to say. But yeah, Joe is a long way back from this at the moment. He's right at the back of the grid, but yeah, good move from Kuipers getting between the 2 cars. Nice tight battle at the rear of the field here. Looks like Nitro went for a deliberate medium start, so he could be on for a good strategy, you think, then, if he hasn't had to use the softs on full fuel.
Yeah, he should be able to go fairly long. He's a clever guy. He looks after his tyres really well. So he might be one out to watch towards the end to get on that podium. But judging from what I could see, granted I was miles back, but looking on the map, Ivan looks like he's pretty much wrecked this one up already.
Ivan does have it, but of course I think the only person that can stop him is himself at this stage, and that turn 4, which seems to be the only place anyone's made a mistake tonight.
Yeah, well, fingers crossed for him he doesn't.
Exactly, yeah, although of course he's the only driver with 2 wins so far this season. He'll be making it 3 if he gets it tonight.
Well, it was bound to happen at some point. The guy is incredibly fast. I reckon it would have happened sooner had he made one of the races, but he had other things going on at the time.
Yeah, it looks like you. There's some comments going on in the live chat about your recovery from your spin or lack thereof. Unfortunately, Smoke, we did catch quite a few of the pirouettes on screen. I imagine those tyres were just shredded. Yeah,
I just couldn't keep them cool them down fast enough.
Yeah.
At all to get around the corners. So yeah, well, at least I put on a bit of a show. Do I get points for that?
Style points, yes, definitely.
I'll take it.
Yeah, excellent stuff. Well, thanks for joining us. Feel free to stay on if you want, but if you've got places to be or pillows to scream into, then go right ahead.
I'm going to choose the pillow if I'm honest. I'm going to get a tissue out now as well.
Well controlled. Thanks, Smoke. Talk to you later.
No worries.
Cheers.
Bye.
Oh, great to talk to Smoke there. Very sporting of him again to join us. But he's right, isn't he? Ivan Belov does seem to have this one his own way. On lap 17, he leads from Ginger Tiger some 7.3 seconds. And we wait for Nitrogash's first and only pit stop. He should be in the window very shortly. as I mentioned, I think lap 17 is a good time to pit for softs. Maybe lap 18 if you're feeling at all dodgy. But once the car is on low fuel, those tyres should be okay. We saw a great battle between Kuiper's Mr. Steen and Office Red, but it looks like that's gone down to just the two drivers. I think Office Red might have had a problem back there. Or he's just had a pit stop, in fact, so he's gone onto the medium tyres, and that's why he's dropped some 21 seconds off this group. We wait to see when that pit stop will come from Nitrogash. He can afford to wait for a safety car for a few laps, and then depending on how close those tyres are to the edge, he will obviously there will come a point where he has to pit before losing too much time. Speaking of, I think this might be it. In he comes. Yeah, I saw Keza suddenly screaming up towards him, towards the final corner there, and into the pits for our final pit stop for Nitrogash. Scheduled pit stop, that is. He pits then, and we'll have the soft tyres to run to the end of this race. 10 laps to go, and it's Ivan Beloff, Ginger Tiger, Keza now up to P3, Cool 132 in fourth, Simon Palmer, Kuipers, Mr. Steen, and Nitrogash some 3 seconds back from that car. Currently it's going to grow as he navigates the very difficult underground pit exit, uniquely here in Abu Dhabi, and Nitrogash with quite a job to do to make it back into the podium positions. Someone's going very wide in front. I think that might be Simon Palmer into the hairpin. So gap to the leader for Nitro is 34 seconds. Of course, he'll be faster than anybody on track right now, though Keza might give him a run for his money on the fairly new softs. Keza's got a difficult job here to get those softs to the end. I think that will be pretty special performance if he gets some 16 laps out of the softs. And we'll check in again with places gained. You can see Keza on that different strategy has done well so far. Everybody else just a small amount of places up and down. Penalty counts. We've got Simon Palmer on 3, Mr. Steen on 3, and that's it so far. So yesterday we had 1 track limit penalty in F1. We've got 2 in F2 tonight. Just waiting to see who is on the ascendancy at this stage of the race, lap 19. As Ren says, Keza will surely have to pit again. Yeah, I've said that many times with drivers though, and they've proven me wrong, so let's wait and see. I would imagine so. I really would. And that means a potential podium here for Cool or Simon. Simon, I feel, is at least staying in touch with Cool here for 4th place. So with 9 racing laps to go. Yannick wants a shout out on screen. That's fine, Yannick. You've certainly contributed plenty. So hi to Yannick. Have I missed anybody else? I might not have mentioned Tinus already. And you're all very welcome indeed. Better engagement tonight than the F1 crowd from last night. We've got some good likes on the board already. We could add a couple more maybe on the video before this race gets crazy. And there's the pit stop for Keza. A second set of softs for Keza then. So medium soft it will be. That's likely to hand another place to Nitro, who will be going pretty quickly at this stage. She'll give us plenty to watch as we finish this race. 2 soft runners at the end of this race. And we will see who can make the move. Simon Palmer very much closing in on Cool now here as well. So Keza has dropped back behind Nitro, who's only got 1 extra lap on those softs. So they'll have to maybe work together to move up the field. 1.4 seconds Nitro's gap to Mr. Steen. Ivan Belov is 12 seconds clear of Ginger, who in turn is 12 seconds clear of Cool. Not quite sure I've seen such symmetry in gaps so far. That's almost the length of one of those long straights. 12 seconds as Joe Hamster gets the 4th penalty on the board. Simon's got this penalty and trying to get in that DRS range of Cool 132 at this stage. Nitro almost in DRS range of the driver in front, which is Mr. Steen. We know Mr. Steen doesn't like being passed. He's fought hard for his places. And that gap is closing up at a fair rate of knots, faster than Simon Palmer can on Cool for the podium. Well, he's got that 3-second penalty as well, so that's going to be problematic for him. Here comes Nitro then. Keza behind him has a penalty as well, so Nitro needs to keep this within track limits, but he's right on the back of Mr. Steen already. Apologies, I banged the microphone there. So we'll see Nitro, who is actually struggling so close through turn 2 that he's struggling for aero. Can he survive turn 4 at this rate? Just about. Now into the Schumacher chicane. That's a name I made up, by the way. I have a tendency to do that. And here comes Nitro. He'll get DRS. I think the slipstream will help him get almost alongside already. Mr. Steen defends to the inside, but there's nothing he can do about that other than just tuck in behind Nitro, pick up the DRS for the next straight. But Nitro on the soft tyres will almost certainly be able to stretch away now, and Nitro up to P6. He's got a 2.6 second gap in front of him to Kuipers in P5, and just 7 laps to go now. Keza will get on terms here with Mr. Steen and Nitro, you feel, at least for the on-track battle. Joe is driving a difficult race at the rear of the field, trying to get points tonight. I'm sure he will get at least 1 point out of this, but it's been hard fought and running on the hard tyres as well. Very, very difficult indeed. The only driver to use the hards, and they haven't really worked for him pace-wise to make up for how long they run and saving a pit stop. Ivan Belov's gap gone up to 15 seconds while Ginger Tiger starts to slow a little bit relative to Cool. And Ren says Kuipers will be very tough for him to pass. He might be tough to pass, but when they've got a tyre difference like this, it's just doubly hard to defend, isn't it? Let's see how quickly Nitro can close in as Keza on Mr. Steen might be the next pass we see. Looks like he's going to do what Nitro did, just 1 lap apart. Mr. Steen won't want this to be the case, but unfortunately I don't think he's going to have a lot he can do about it. He's already slipped behind Nitro and can't get the DRS. Keza, very, very simple, very easy getting past Mr. Steen. Unfortunately, Steen drops down to 8th place pre-penalties. I'm pretty sure he hasn't accrued enough penalties to drop 15 seconds to Office Red, so I think Mr. Steen might have to get used to the idea of P8. Up at the front though, for the last podium position on track at least, Simon Palmer has closed within DRS range here of Cool. Still not completely dark on track. I'm not quite sure the game has got that right. I'm pretty sure with just maybe 15% of the race to go, I'm pretty sure it's jet black at the night sky in Abu Dhabi. Nitro is also within DRS range now of Kuipers. It's going to be tricky here to know which driver is going to go for it first. Will it be Simon Palmer for trying to get the podium on the road and then stretch away from his penalty difference? 160 comments, guys. Fantastic stuff. Thanks for staying with us. Remember, we'll try and talk to our podium sitters at the end of the race if we can. Simon Palmer is half a second back. Nitrogash is even closer to Kuipers, so it'd just be a case of switching between those two pairs of drivers. The crowd, some of them on their feet, at least through the hairpin, as they see the drivers go toe-to-toe. Nitrogas should get the drive and gets past comfortably. Cool 132. I think Simon Palmer's going to need 2 lots of DRS. Is he? No, he dives down the inside. Cool sees him coming at the last moment, thinks, I know, I think I quite fancy the DRS back on this, but the run down to turn 11, Simon Palmer has the inside. Cool gives it up, and here comes Nitro as those two cars get closer and closer. Nitro on a bid for a podium here tonight, and you've got to fancy his chances as things stand. He's on the better tyre, and the two in front of him are slowing each other down, battling. Nitro Gash should be within range here. Jordan's new to watching. Hi to Jordan, welcome. You've missed a cracker so far. You can replay the race. As long as you don't let the stream stop, you can skip back before it starts processing overnight. Nitrogash, third of a second back, and here we go. Just as I was hoping for, all the drivers have come together in the midfield for the last few laps of the race. Nitro trying to get the inside line on Palmer, who takes that inside away. But I think Nitro should have this. This could be a DRS train. This could be anybody's game here for the final step of the podium as Ivan Beloff and Ginger Tiger lead the field. Now Ivan Beloff's lead 18 seconds and Ginger Tiger really struggling on this second stint of the race. Here comes Nitro, just 1/10 back, but Simon Palmer crucially gets the DRS ahead of him. I do think Nitro will have him under braking if he can get anywhere within range. That's just slipstream, and they're gonna go for three wide into the corner, and there's that braking power of the soft tyres. Little touch between the Alfa Romeo and the Mercedes behind. Looks like Cool 32 completely swamped by Simon Palmer, and Keza fancies a run on Cool as well, as Cool 132 struggled to get the car out of the turn 9, sorry, and down into 11th. Simon Palmer gets him. Keza paying a watching brief, and Nitro Gash has disappeared into the background as if he even had a Nitro button on the car. Fantastic stuff, absolutely nail-biting stuff here at the end of the race. Cool 132 trying to hold on. Those tyres are not playing for him, and Keza could well get him here and could well be able to stay within his teammate's penalty towards the end of the lap. We're going to go for 4 complete racing laps to run, and Ben says Nitro could get second. Well, that's a big ask for Ben, for Nitro, isn't it, Ben? You've got to catch quite a distance, 7 seconds in 4 laps. That's pretty big. He's already spent quite a lot of those tyres already. But I'm going to stay with these 3 here as they battle for 4th place. Nitro's just gone, absolutely gone, as Kuipers gets a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Is that a retirement? It is. So Joe hangs on right at the tail of this field and could end up with 2 points out of this one. Definitely pays to keep driving. Here comes the 2 Mercedes and the Alfa Romeo once again. Who's going to profit out of this? I think that was a case of after you, sir, into the corner. Simon Palmer completely wrong-footed on the way out of turn 9. Keza's got him already. Cool got him as well. And will Keza have a go? They've both got DRS in front. I fancy Keza's chances here to get into P4. He's got a penalty though, and Cool 132 does not. Now I think Keza, if he can get him quickly, could put the gap on Cool, and that's the key. The key thing to watch at the moment is the penalty count. Nitro 6 seconds away from Ginger Tiger in second. Ginger is going slower. Here come our midfield 3. Cool 132, Keza and Simon Palmer in completely mixed up positions than we saw them last time. Ghost is here. Ghost from winning yesterday. So don't be scared. Well, do be scared if you're a driver, because he was very, very quick. Ivan Beloff really has this all on his own. I wonder if anyone is going to go for a fastest lap run at the end here. Currently rides with Keza. Nitro's probably in the best position to go for it. Here comes Keza then. DRS finally. He gets the advantage, and breezes on by. He's got very little DRS left though. Cool 132 will look at that and fancy a go down into the next straight, but he gets the braking zone quite wrong into turn 8 out of 9, and again that little switch, that little twitch of the car from Cool 132. I think it's him trying to get the inside line and hold the corner that's coming up. Simon Palmer braking on the esports line down, and again Cool running out of braking room. I do think those tyres have really had it for Cool 132. He is a sitting duck today. Unfortunately, at the end stage of this race, Simon Palmer, there's no way round here, round the outside. He might be able to cut back. I have seen moves into turn 17 before, and there again, Cool 132 running out of racing track on the brakes. Very much struggling. We've got 2 complete laps to run. Nitro some 5.7 seconds back from Ginger Tiger. Of course, anyone could get a penalty at this point, and I'd be asking Lightning right now, if he were watching, to go onto Race Director and tell me how close anyone is to a penalty. Just 1 penalty each for Keza, Simon Palmer, Mr. Steen and Joe Hamster. Joe is, I say, on the hard tyres, driving at the very back of the grid, but very determined to get the points for the end of this race. He's about to be lapped by Ivan by the look of the track map as well. No late race bids for fastest lap at this point. And Simon Palmer then 3/10 away from Cool. Might use the DRS and then give it up again on this straight to use it on the last run. Yeah, Jordan confirmed. Joe's gone on soft tyres now, has he? Good one. So maybe going for that extra fastest lap. Thanks for that, Jordan. Good info. Great spot. Oh, a little bit of touching, a little bit of a lunge to the inside from Simon Palmer, possibly a move from Cool 132. I can't quite see who was right or wrong in that one, but Simon Palmer, I think, is going to have to drive without a right-hand end plate on the front wing, and that could land him in deep water. I don't think he's going to be able to challenge Cool 132 at the end of this race now. And that little move under braking from either driver, tell me in the live chat, who do you think had the right and wrong of that particular situation, as Simon Palmer can't get the cars round the right hand turns, and in fact I think is going to lose out to Mr. Steen. There's no point to have a pit stop at this point, but I think he's going to be struggling here, turning left. Oh, Mr. Steen, just a bit of patience, you would have had him easy. I wonder, you know, guys, if we can hit 200 comments tonight on my 200th race. You can always ask a question. Keza's out as we go, and it's turn 4 again. Keza out of the race on the final lap, and we lose yet another driver, so another point for Joe Hamster. Keza was on for a strong result tonight and has been undone by turn 4 yet again. Oh wow, Keza out of the race, shocking situation. Mr. Steen will have a go on Simon Palmer, who got him on DRS. No, he didn't. He's still vulnerable, isn't he? New fastest lap from Joe. So I don't know if anyone can challenge that one. We will join. We'll have to head up to the front of the grid, though, because it's so far ahead. The Abu Dhabi Grand Prix won by Ivan Beloff, his 3rd win in this season so far. And we're only 6 races deep. Ginger Tiger looks like he's going to round the hotel section, surviving the Latifi corner. And I think Ginger Tiger is going to be pleased with that night's run. However, the gap to Ivan Beloff will not be a pleasant reading for him. Some 23.5 seconds Ginger Tiger crosses the line, and Nitro on the different split strategy takes 3rd with a medium soft run. Congrats to Nitro. We have Cool 132 coming round in 4th place. And as Daryl says, Joe just minding his own business, getting fastest lap by some 2 seconds as well, at the rear of the field. So just picking up points as other people drop out of the grid. We see Mr. Steen in 5th, Office Red in 6th, Simon Palmer in 7th, and Joe Hamster in 8th. So do help me out. Try and get me 200 comments on my 200th video, please, guys, and drop a question for our podium, who we will try and speak to. Ivan Beloff, Ginger Tiger, and Nitro. Malk's happy with Nitro on the podium and reckons Ivan needs to be promoted. Well, they're on different nights, so there's no reason why he couldn't take a guest seat occasionally on both nights, unless he's busy. There's the fastest lap and final checkered flag crossing from Joe, who comes around. A very different race for Joe tonight than the previous race. Very lonely, but no less heart fought. Nitro with the split strategy. He gets the drive of the day from the game. Hard to argue against that one. Didn't really make any mistakes. But there is Ivan with the win for AlphaTauri for the 3rd time this season so far. He really is quite something. And there's the rest of our podium. Ginger Tiger once again on the podium. Another strong one for the Tiger. And another seasoned good drive from Nitro, of course. I say, try and stick around. We'll try and speak to our drivers, and if you ask a good question, I'll try and ask it for you. Ivan takes the win then at the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, time of 47 minutes and 14 seconds. Ginger Tiger in 2nd place, Nitro in 3rd. From 10th, we have Cool 132 in 4th, Mr. Steen in 5th, then Office Red, Simon Palmer, and Joe Hamster, your finishers. Joe with fastest lap and 8th place. Then Keza, unfortunately, Keza on the last lap. Kuiper, Smoke, Rusman, Steele, all out of the race. I'm pretty sure all of them were undone by turn 4. What a crazy turn 4 this. Someone's put bear traps out there tonight, because we took 3 drivers out from qualifying, 5 from the race. Thanks everyone for mentioning that, for the congrats, and we just wait to see if we might get Ivan Beloff. It'd be rude not to give him the props for the first interview if he can, but I'll give him a few minutes to join. Here he comes. So anyone joining the press conference, please just check your broadcast audio settings are set to share. Sometimes they just change on you. Trust me, I know. And you can end up talking just one-on-one on the party. And just time to say another thank you to our sponsors, who are Nailcut Hall, GT Omega, and our partners Gridfinder.com and Driver61. Well, Ivan, I think we'll go to you first. That was a very convincing win, but it wasn't. You didn't have it all your own way in the first few laps.
Yeah, hi, thank you.
Hello.
I had a very bad start.
Yeah.
I think you saw it. Ginger had absolutely fantastic start. And then I saw, when I was behind him, I saw that I have the first sector was absolutely mine, and the second sector was, I think I was faster there, and then I overtook him, and that's all. It was a little bit boring race.
26 laps later, you won the race. Yeah, that was pretty much it, wasn't it? Everything else seemed to go to plan for you.
Yeah, everything was okay. I hated this track because of its third sector.
Yeah.
But I just didn't know how to cook it, and I learned in the race.
Okay. Yes, you definitely did learn. 23 seconds. Is that your strongest victory yet?
I think that yes, absolutely.
Yeah, no safety car either, despite everybody falling foul of turn 4. Did you have any moments in turn 4 tonight yourself?
Oh, I have a moment on the 15th lap. I almost lost my car right after the second long straight.
Yeah.
In this chicane, I took too much curb and almost lost it. And then I think just concentrate and race.
Yeah, well, congratulations. A really, really good race. We're just in awe of your ability. You've blown the field away. That's your third win in 6 races. Will you be trying to get into F1?
Yeah, I think that in the next season maybe I'll be in the F1 and compete and race with faster drivers.
Yeah, let's
But
let's
I
let's hope you
have to
can
see
get
it.
there as well. But you've got to wrap up the championship here first. Of course, the advantage of Invictus Racing League is it's the same track for everybody all week. So if you do get a reserve spot in F1 on a Monday, that might give you extra practice for F2 on the Tuesday. Congratulations, Ivan Beloff, for your third win and possibly your best win to date. Let's talk to Ginger Tiger next, shall we? Ginger, I was going to say you'd be happy with a second place, but perhaps not so happy at the gap.
To be honest, after the pit stop, I just couldn't catch him, and I thought there was no point in trying to kill my tyres or stick it in the wall. So it's just a nice steady race and keep an eye on the times behind me, really. Boring race. Congratulations to Ivan, by the way. Fantastic race. Yeah, fair play to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Any drama for you out there tonight, particularly? I know you got a good start.
No, yeah, I got a good start, but turn 4, I need to look at my setup for Thursday because it was very twitchy. So I was careful through turn 4 every single time. I didn't push it at all. So that's where Ivan was catching me in through turn 4, and when he was in front, I lost that much time in turn 4. I missed out on the DRS for the main straight, so it's fine. Second place is good, considering the last 2 times I've started behind Ivan, I've crashed. Especially after last week, I was second on the grid and I crashed behind him. So I wanted to make sure I finished the race and got points because it's a long season.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. It must feel like an extra long season when you watch Ivan Beloff disappear into the distance like he did today.
Yes, he did. He was ever so quick today. He was so quick out of the corners. It was remarkable. I'd love to see what his setup is, but I'm sure he'll tell me one day. Not. But yeah, congratulations to him. 2 points is second place is all I could ask for. I know the championship's going to be really close. Smoke crashed out. Nitro was third, so and I think Ivan's in there as well, so it should be pretty good.
Yeah, it's definitely the most likely guys have risen to the top already. It seems. You seem to have a trouble towards the end of your last stint there. What was going on the car?
Nothing. I mean, I was being really careful. That's all. There was nothing. The tyres were going off a bit, but I was under no pressure. I saw Nitro coming, so I thought I'd just pick it up a little bit, just to give me enough room to get home. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure I didn't get any penalties because I'd already had 2 warnings.
Right.
And that was it, really. Just making sure I got the car home. So second place, I'm happy with because I couldn't catch him anyway. He was just too quick today.
Yeah, take the points when they're on offer and maximise your result is the way to go. So congrats on that one, Ginger Tiger. I'm just going to need to cut away from you so that I can exit the game screen, and invite Nitro. But congrats on a good second place and a well fought race.
Thank you.
Cheers. All right, so bear with me just for a moment, and I will try and invite Nitro for us. No one else can speak while I'm doing that, unfortunately, and be heard. So I will do my best to try and get him in, and hopefully we'll get you our final podium sitter. So let's see if that works. We'll back to the findings. Any nominations from the live chat as to driver of the day that are different from Nitro himself? At all. Let me just do a quick check of anybody's session debriefs while we wait for Nitro, just to check on those broadcast audio settings are set to share. And let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, just a few people questioning each other's strategy. No major problems. Slightly dodgy moves possibly from Simon Palmer being brought up, but I'm sure the stewards will take a good look. Nitro, a third place today. Was that about as good as you can do starting on the mediums?
Yeah, better than I thought I was going to do. This track really isn't a favourite of mine, to be honest, and struggling to set up earlier, and then just found something just before we started. But yeah, I invalidated both my soft runs, and then ended up on the mediums, and I was like, well, great, I'm in 10th now, I'm on the mediums. There's probably going to be an early safety car, which will leave me stranded, but yeah, I'm delighted with third. It all worked out in the end, though. It was a great little last run on the softs.
Yeah, that's always a fun way to go racing, isn't it? To be quick and light and on the best tyre.
Yeah, begging for the pit stop. I was like, these tyres are driving me crazy. Just get off them, and then as soon as you get them on, you're like, oh my god, here we go.
But I was very grateful because I did predict lap 17 would be the time for your pit stop, and you came in like clockwork. So
There you go.
that was fun. Any moments of drama out there for you today? Was anybody harder to pass than anyone else?
No, not really. There was, I mean, I don't know. It seemed like Simon was struggling with pace for a bit when they were on the softs, and I was sort of keeping with them. And then Kuipers came up behind me, and I don't know what happened to him, but he lost it in the corner. I did hit him, but I got away without any damage. That's the only really bit of drama for me. But there's a nice few overtakes on the soft, as I said. But no, I mean, I really struggled earlier with the fast left right after the start finish. You know, the one as you come down the hill. I was losing the back end there the all through practice. I just managed to sort it out before we started. So yeah, I never expected third.
Well, it looked on with about 10 laps to go. It looked like you could do it, and you were getting quite a lot of support in the live chat. I know. Do you know Michael Lutka? He was cheering you on. A couple of people mentioned him.
He's my performance teammate. So
excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, plenty of nominations for Driver of the Day as well. So congrats on that. Good points as well, especially starting 10th. Very good championship points to take on into Kota next. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I quite like that track. Obviously, you've got to try it first. And I haven't really run it in this game yet. So yeah, generally I go good there. So
excellent.
It'll be okay. Yeah. It's the other one I'm not looking forward to.
The Monaco, the next.
That'll be that one, yeah.
Yeah. Well, as a commentator, I'm looking forward to that. Although I often wonder whether instead of a 50% race, we should just do 10 5-lappers because it's so flipping difficult.
We might get more of this finish.
Yes. Yeah. Well, congrats anyway, and good to talk to you in the podium ceremony.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Thanks for that. See you
Thanks,
later.
Nitro. Well, thanks everybody for watching along. Thanks for all the likes on the video. If you haven't done so, this is my last ask. Just 2 more to hit 20, which would be awesome. Yeah, a really fun night's racing. Sorry I couldn't bring you Lightning tonight, but we did have plenty of DNFs that were no one's fault. To count. So Lightning hopefully will be back with us next week, but you will of course have subscribed to the channel so you can catch F3 tomorrow, and you can then get involved and watch the Realistic Performance League on Thursday night, where you'll see many of the same drivers from F1 and F2 all taking part in that unique challenge. Well, thanks to you all for watching. Thanks from everyone here at Invictus Racing League. Thanks to the server admins and the lobby hosts. And from me, Webbo, and everyone involved, we will catch you on the next race day.